So everyone is going frantic because the S&P 500 is crashing. I am filming this live today and we're having a really good day, up already by 0.57%. So that means over the past month, we are down by only 6.7%. I'm saying only, but as you can see, there was a near 10% drop on the S&P 500. So how has all of this affected my Trading 212 portfolio? So let's start with the Trading 212 stocks ISA. You can see I've been having a really bad month this month. My numbers look bad. Overall, I can't really complain, but you can see here my rate of return is a minus 4.6%, which doesn't put into perspective what I've lost. But anyway, it says here minus £5,468. Again, I'm filming this live, so it's going to change. We could be seeing a huge drop again from the last time I filmed, or hopefully we don't. Let's see how this goes. Like I said, today has been pretty good, up already by 0.8% or a gain of £960. I usually don't like to film these lives, but it is just going to be what it is. But anyway, you can see my current portfolio value is £110,936. Massive drop from last month. As you can see, last time I filmed, it was around £116,400. So the investments in this account are very simple. One large investment and one pie where I am investing £100 every single day. My biggest holding is in the iShares Core S&P 500. If I go back to 1 month, you can see this is exactly when I bought it, on Monday the 24th of February. You know, I bought it after a small dip, you can see, and I wanted to be locked into the S&P 500. So in that regards, there's no regrets there. I am now locked into the S&P 500, so it's not really a big deal. But then of course we saw my luck being what it is. It kept on going down, and then on Thursday the 13th of March, luckily it wasn't Friday the 13th, things started to bottom out, it seems anyway. For now, I'm not saying that's the bottom of the market, but you can see we've had a small recovery after that, and today we'll see what happens. But anyway, I put in £113,000 into the S&P 500 on the 24th of February, which is actually one day after my birthday. But anyway, today that investment is down by 5.29% or a loss of £5,993. I mean, I wish I could have timed the market properly. I wish I could have bought it on the 13th of March. I would have been up by lots and it would have been happy days for me after I have had quite a bit of a winning streak over the past few months. It is what it is. If you try to time the market, you're going to get burned. But be that as it may, I'm very happy to be invested into the market, and it's all a ride from now. The other fund is the £100 a day fund that I created, and that's doing equally as bad. In fact, it was nearly down by £200. It's doing pretty well today. So this is in the Nasdaq 100. You can see over the past 3 months down by over 11%. In the past month, you can see down by over 12%. Absolutely getting hammered here, and I decided for some reason to invest £100 every day into this fund. Anyway, the update here is that over those 24 days, as you can see, depositing, oh, that's actually 26 days of depositing £100 and investing £100 every day the stock market is open, I am down by 5.35% or a loss of £139, which goes to show if I bought it a month ago, I would be down by 12%, but by dollar cost averaging or pound cost averaging every single day, I have minimized this loss to only about 5%, which I'm really happy about. And there is an upcoming dividend that might be paid today. Speaking of being paid today, it was paid today. As you can see, the dividend was paid 47 minutes ago and £1.72 was gained from there. Another quick live update, the S&P 500 is doing its rounds going up, and let's hope that continues while the video is running. As I'm filming this, the market is getting ready for the Fed's next decision, so technically the markets could go either way really quickly. But anyway, this is my stocks and shares ISA. If you would like to get started with Trading 212, you can receive a free fractional share worth up to £100 if you use the link in my description box down below. Alternatively, if you've signed up in the past 10 days and haven't received a free fractional share, all you have to do is to click the 3 horizontal line menu over here. By the way, I've been told this is called a hamburger menu, so thank you for that. Scroll all the way down until you see the section use promo code, and in this section just use my code JUBAIR and you should receive a free fractional share. So time for the Trading 212 Invest account. I'm going to quickly go through the companies so that I don't waste a whole bunch of time. So as you can see, things are looking better for my Trading 212 Invest account, and I'll show you why. But over the past month, I'm down by only 2.1% according to this graph, and that is a loss of £506-ish. Of course, the markets are live. Now you can see there is a new feature here, the main pot and the spending pot pot. This is of course only available for the Invest account because you can use a card that I have been using abroad to make purchases, and this will come out of the spending pot now instead of coming out of all the cash. My biggest holding is in the iShares Core S&P 500. However, instead of buying it at £10.13, luckily I bought it at £9.99, so my loss has been reduced. Currently, I am down by only 3.68%. Can't believe I'm saying only, and that is a loss of a still massive £792.31. That's changing again. Now I have 2,160 shares here, and I can't wait for the day where this is green again. Next, I have 33.54 shares in Rolls-Royce. As you can see, over the past month, Rolls-Royce is doing amazing, up by over 25%. In my portfolio overall, up by 388% or £212.60. Next, I have 343 shares in Lloyds Banking Group. Over the past month, doing really well, up by 12.81%, and in my portfolio overall, up by 59.93% or a gain of £91.42. Upcoming dividend all the way in May, so that's pretty good, I guess. Next, I have 1.24 shares in Amazon. Over the past month, not doing well, down by 13.04%. In my portfolio overall, still up by 83.32% or a gain of £87.09. Next, I have 2.13 shares in PayPal. Not sure why I said PayPal, but PayPal is down by 9.49% over the past month. In my portfolio overall, still up by 11.7% or a gain of around £12. Next, I have 18.1 shares in Deutsche Lufthansa. Over the past month, doing pretty well, up by 12.52%, and in my portfolio overall, down by 14% or £18.72. Next, I have 21 shares in BP. Over the past month, down by 3.67%. That is a loss of 15.15% overall in my portfolio, and that is a loss of £16.77 in real world terms. Upcoming dividend in about 8 days, 6 pence per share. Do I have a full share? I do, so that will be a nice tiny payment. Next, I have 0.9 shares in the very famous Nvidia. Over the past month, it's taken a bit of a tumble, down by 14%. However, in my portfolio overall, it's my biggest winner at a positive 291% or a gain of around £62. Next, I have 0.42 shares in Apple. Over the past month, down by 11.5%. In my portfolio overall, still up by 18.01%. You know, that number's going to fluctuate, up by around 10%. Next, 23.17 shares in IAG. Over the past month, oopsie daisy, doing pretty bad, down by 13.5-ish%. So overall in my portfolio, still doing magnificently, up by 91.66% or a return of £32. Upcoming dividend all the way in June. Next, I have 0.47 shares in basically Google. Over the past month, down by 11.2%-ish, and in my portfolio still up overall by around 21% or a gain of £10, 60 something pence. Nice. Next, I have 3.16 shares in H&M. Over the past month, down by 6.47%. In my portfolio overall now, they are down by 3.34%. As you can see, this month's loss has pushed me under my average buying price. But anyway, overall, a tiny loss of just £1.15. 2 upcoming dividends that you can check out on Trading 212 here. So next, I have 0.17 shares in the again very famous Tesla. Things have gone really bad for the company as it looks for an actual CEO that can do something. Over the past month, it is down by 33.5 something%, and in my portfolio overall, I've had these shares for a while now, up by only 8.2% or a return of a measly £2.38. So next, I have 1.5 shares in Delivery Hero. Over the past month, absolutely wild ride here, down by 28.5%, and that means I have now occurred a loss of 24.66% since starting investing, and that is a portfolio that is down by 9.46% in Delivery Hero. Next, I have 35.1 shares in Vodafone. Over the past month, Vodafone has surprised absolutely everyone, up by nearly 14%. In my portfolio overall, still down by 18.25% or a loss of £5.84. Next, I have 0.91 shares in the Vanguard Germany All Cap. Over the past month, absolutely smashing the S&P 500, which is not hard to do, up by 1.28%. In my portfolio overall, very respectable gain of 25.29%, or a gain of £5.22. And here is an upcoming dividend, April the 2nd. Next, I have 0.37 shares in BMW. Over the past month, down by 5%. In my portfolio overall, down by a massive 22.2%. I say massive because I have had this for a while and I feel like it is massive. However, it's only a loss of £7.15. Next, I have 0.4 shares in Nike. Over the past month, it is actually up for the first time in a long time by 0.5, 0.6, 0.7%. That was a nice little rise there. But anyway, in my portfolio overall, down by 30.4%, or a loss of around £10. Here is an upcoming dividend very soon. Next, I have 2.32 shares in Orange. Over the past month, doing really well, getting past my average buying price of 11.03 euros. They are up by 7.89%. In my portfolio overall now, because I passed my average buying price, up by 2.64%, or a gain of 59 pence. Next, I have 6.24 shares in Royal Mail, basically. Over the past month, down by a very small 0.6%, and now in my portfolio overall, up by a massive 7.91%, or a gain of £9.41. Next, I have the smallest amount in Microsoft, 0.07 shares. Microsoft over the past month has been doing better than some of the other Magnificent 7 companies, down by only 4.7%. In my portfolio overall, as you can see, it has, gone below my average buying price. Now I'm down overall by 2.64%, or a loss of 60 pence. Next, I have 0.38 shares in Mercedes-Benz. Over the past month, down by 4.8%. And again, this is another loss overall. Been holding this for over 2 years now, down by 8.58%, or a loss of £1.79. Next, I have 1.01 shares in Deutsche Bank. Over the past month, doing really well, up by 13.28%. And in my portfolio overall, doing green again, up by 76%-ish, or a positive gain of £8.17. Next, I have exactly 1 share in Carnival. Over the past month, looking quite bad, down by a massive 22.13%. However, in my portfolio overall, they are up by a magnificent 109%, or a gain of £7.69. So next, I have 0.02 shares in ASML. Over the past month, gone down below my average buying price, down overall by 7.17%-ish. That is a loss now overall in my portfolio by 1.9%, or a massive 23%. Next, I have 0.12 shares in Walt Disney. Over the past month, down by 9.54%. That's pretty high of an amount to fall by. In my portfolio overall, still up by 6.82%, or 63 pence. Here is an upcoming dividend payment that you can check out. Next, I have around 2 shares in Direct Line Insurance. Over the past month, up by a nice 5.5-ish%. In my portfolio overall, up by 42%, or a gain of a massive staggering £1.71. And here is another upcoming payment. Next, I have 0.49 shares in National Grid. Over the past month, up by 4.11%. In my portfolio overall, down by a very small 0.81%, or a loss of a massive 4 pence. So next, I have 0.29 shares in GlaxoSmithKline. Over the past month, up by a nice 6.5%. In my portfolio overall, now up by 13.85%. And that is a gain of 55 pence. Here is an upcoming dividend. Next, I have 0.16 shares in Moderna, up over the past month by about 1%. And in my portfolio overall, down by a massive 61.92%, or a loss of £6.83. Next, I have 0.03 shares in AMD. Over the past month, down by only 5%. You can see a bit of a recovery after the 11th of March. So not too bad compared to the other tech companies in the S&P 500. Overall, still up by 33%, not too bad. That is a return of only 66 pence. And lastly, just £1 worth of shares in the S&P 500. Over the past month, this has been doing really bad, down by 9.69%. Overall, still a gain of only 2%, which is basically just 2 pence. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video.